There we go. There we go. There we go. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday night in the land of Sportsville. My name is Coach Terry Bryant. Welcome to Hits and Heels. This is Coach Bryant, and Coach Bryant made me a football coach. We started Hits and Heels with another co-host that was coaching football. It was two females. We was talking ball, and we decided to make a podcast. She moved on to bigger and better things, so I made Coach Bryant my co-host. And so one of the things that if you come to Hits and Heels, you're going to hear um, some different sports talk. We like to talk. We talk a little bit of X's and O's because we're both coaches, but we also, and then we coach multiple sports.
Right.
And then our son plays for the University of Kentucky. Coach Bryant is a Kentucky alum. He also played for the University of Kentucky at one time. He was um, the fifth wide receiver in the SEC, something like that. I know you don't like. He don't like his accolades. Um, but our son is a safety for the University of Kentucky as we speak. And we're not happy with the record, but we're gonna still show up and support. We also coach middle school football. Our season is over. The playoff. We should be in the playoffs tomorrow, but we're not in the playoffs. We're missing our first playoff season in 7 seasons. And yeah, but one of the things about Hits and Heels that you're gonna hear from people that you normally don't get to hear from on other shows. What do you think, Coach Bryant?
Well, thank you, Coach Bryant. Um, yeah, it's pretty good show that you and what was her name?
Danny.
Danny. I knew that. I apologize, Danny. A little different. We don't go down controversy road
Mhm.
at all. The only negative thing that ever said on this radio show is the Dallas Cowboys. But everything else is positive. And and with that, a little Kentucky before we bring our guest on about that. So they play the
We go to Auburn
Auburn
this weekend.
Tigers, aka War Eagles.
We go to Auburn.
All right, the little War Eagles, and so it's going to be interesting. The game's what at 3:15.
No, it's at 7:30.
7:30. I knew that 7:30 game, and so it's. I don't know. I still always feel like they have an opportunity. They got to do everything right. I mean, Jerry Claiborne that I played under talks about that all the time. And then you got to make every play you're supposed to make, and make a few you're not supposed to make, and that makes a successful game, successful year. Is everything is positive that way. So looking forward to it. Ty was upbeat. He stopped over a couple times this week and got to chop it up with him a little bit. But we don't go football very much.
We don't talk
We
football
just
much.
I enjoy my son. It's the only thing in life that you cater, grow up, and they move on and they don't talk to you. It's the only thing in life that happens that way. You spend all this quality time.
But they get older, and then they start.
I'm just saying, they grow up and they live their lives,
and then they appreciate you a little bit more once they get older.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he always calls.
He always calls every night.
5 or 6 times a week.
Yeah.
I do hear from him basically every day. So
okay.
So I just
okay. What else
in the room anymore?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll call him back when he comes back in.
Okay.
So one of the things that what about the playoffs? You got the middle school playoffs starting tomorrow.
What
do you even want to talk about it?
No, it's fine. I mean, our season was different. First time, Mr. Warner, the custodian in our building, made a comment. I was standing there, and he said, "Why are you here?"
Oh, because you're not used to being.
I'm not used to being
in the building. This time of the year, yeah, absolutely. Well, Big Things Kentucky is covering all of that. So for those of y'all that are in the local area, Big Things Kentucky usually covers most of our local sports. We'll touch on it every once in a while. We like talking about the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, who is our sponsor. And we also, matter of fact, shout out Jennifer Jones on the recovery of her. She had surgery and she's in recovery, and so shout out to her. But we like talking. We like having just conversations with coaches or with people, and just having sports talk. And so we have a couple of guests tonight, and our first guest is a coach and a dad, and he's doing the daggone thing. He's got a couple of sons that are playing college ball, and we're just gonna bring them on and chop it up and let y'all learn again another version of the blueprint, so to speak.
Yeah, most definitely, because he's doing it 2 times at the same time. I think when I talked to him on the phone, I said, we're going to talk about how you're in 2 places at the same time.
Yeah.
From if you will, from where he's at, where one son plays, the other one, it ain't
It's not.
skip,
They're
jump,
not
and
close.
hop.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just
not
a
close.
nice drive. So, or fly, because he's rich.
Oh yeah.
He's
Okay.
rich, so.
Okay. Well, let's bring him on. Let's bring him on, Coach Lamont Brown.
Known as Evan and Xavier's father.
And Jordan.
Jordan's upcoming. We're gonna bring Jordan in later.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you what. Jordan's the GOAT. That's all it is. He's the GOAT. He said he's the GOAT. He said he's better than both of them,
Both of them.
and he's better than I could ever be. I was like, hey, that's you, my guy. That's you.
Well, then let me flip my notes here. I don't really have notes, but let me flip my notes here and put Jordan up first then, and since he's the GOAT.
Hey, well, listen, he showed out tonight. You all were talking about the middle school Fayette County football playoffs, and he plays at Hayes Middle for 7th grade, and this was their first playoff game, and they had a bye. They had an undefeated season, and so this was their first game, and they won in double overtime in awful conditions. And if you looked outside, it's been doing
it was bad today,
day long.
Now, who did they play?
They played Bryant Station, and they won in double overtime, 8-14.
Oh, so a good game. A good game.
It was a good game. It was a lot of fun, and that's what we do. Rain, sleet, or snow. We out there doing the thing. But no, it was a good time. He's doing really well, and he's the last one, if you will, and so he's trekking the same path as his big brothers.
Wow,
I love it. He's got 2 great inspiring role models that really, really have done a great job of paving the way for him. He's able to kind of look at what they did, what they didn't do. So tell us, how did you prepare 3 sons to be elite athletes?
Well, it started with them just wanting to, and so we started, we're going to finish it. If you don't like it, when we started, you finish it. You don't ever have to do it again. And so every sport, whatever sport it was that they got into, we finished it. We saw it through. And after that, it was up to them if they wanted to return to it or not. Fortunately, and very blessed that they found the love for the game. And in all actuality, every sport that they played, believe it or not, they actually enjoyed it. And as you know, you kind of have a pretty good idea of what your strong suit is as far as what sport. So you lean towards that. Now, I never pushed them towards anything. We tried it all. We did it all. We'll do it all. And there comes a point in time when, especially with the landscape of how things are now in sports, if you are that kid and you want to be that kid, you kind of at some point have to lean, towards which sports better suit, where you dominate or where you're most proficient in.
Well, my question is, when did the tragedy happen? When did the tragedy happen? Because I remember one of your sons, was in the secondary backpedaling. Being a DB, and not giving love, the DB love, keeping it in the defensive side, excuse me. And then all of a sudden one year he comes up to me, he says, "Coach, I had 2 touchdowns. But you had 2 interceptions?" No, receiving. So when did he switch over and knew that he was actually better on the old side of the ball, or did the coach, like myself, switch him and he had no choice?
So if we're talking about Evan, correct?
Yeah, that was the DB.
All right. So that's what happened. So you know it too well. You play college ball, as did I. And when you're recruited, they recruit you as this, right? But then when you get there, oh, guess what? You have two skill sets, and we're a little deficient in this skill set. You fit the mold. You long, you lean, you fast, you can catch. I mean, you can stretch out. And so they moved into receiver. Well, he
And
wasn't
this is
happy. Yeah, I'm sure he told you he was not happy about that. He's like, Dad,
right.
no,
And this is Thomas Moore, right?
right. This is when he was recruited, his freshman year, Thomas Moore. And
Right.
let me show you how God works, right? And so he's feeling the way he's feeling. He's in his feelings about it. I mean, rightfully so, okay. And what they don't understand at college, it's a whole different dynamic. It's a whole different dynamic than high school. So he gets through his feelings and emotions about it, and it clicks. I'm like, hey, you got to embrace it. That's who you are. That's what you do. That is your job. That's your assignment. Now, if you want to be that dude and you want to put the time in on the other side of the ball, that's your choice. But what you have to focus on is where they need you. And so it's no longer I, me, and my at all. It's always been about team, but on that level, it's team or bust. And so fast forward, he it turns out that he becomes the offensive freshman of the year for the was it the GMAC?
For the lead. Hmm.
Yeah. And so, and after that, like not even so much after that, but even during that process, he embraced it and he fell in love with it, enjoyed it. I mean, he liked it in high school. Don't get me wrong, but his bread and butter was DB, and so now he went into the portal and was very blessed to get picked up to play for Davenport up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which I'm traveling up to see him Friday. They play Saturday at noon, so. He's grown a lot. He's matured a lot. He understands it now, and so it makes a whole lot more sense to him. And one of the cool things about it as well, it also taught him a life lesson. And so now it's like, hey, I have to adapt to this and make the best of this moment. I'm talented. I'm talented enough, even though I didn't do a lot of this in high school. They found the talent in me to trust me on this side of the ball. So you just got to embrace it. And when we talked through it, and he's like, Dad, I get it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I had to bring that up. That injustice. Okay. I had to bring
It
that
wasn't a justice because he switched over from defense to offense.
hey, coach, I understand. Now you and your feelings about it. That's okay. I get it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I mean,
because he's a defensive guy.
It was
hey,
nice.
I'm an offensive guy. I was a running back, so I embraced it wholly. I'm like, hey, man.
Well, no. Here's the difference: I couldn't say nothing as we flip over to Xavier, who is the running back who did very well in high school and doing very well. And had an injury, which you will speak on, please. And but I didn't touch that because you was a running back, he was a running back. That's the same position. See, hey, that's Pops. He's following Pops. So I had to leave that one alone. I didn't even talk about that.
I
You know,
mean, hey, he's kind of talented. So I'm like, yeah, it
just a
kind of
little bit.
might be what you want to do.
Just a little bit. Okay, so Evan Brown. First, he went to, if I am correct, Thomas Moore.
Mhm.
And did he have a stop before he got to Davenport? Did
No,
he
so
go
he did.
straight from Thomas Moore to Devon? I thought he went somewhere else first.
No, he did 2 years at Thomas More, and he went into Porter going into his junior year, and he's a junior at Davenport. So this is his first season at Davenport as a receiver for them.
Okay. Now, do they run a balanced 60-40? Because that's balanced offense, defense, or do they throw it more or they run it more? Or how is that adjustment for him?
It it's been very situational, and so meaning they really game plan according to their opponent, which everybody does, but
Yes.
they to me it seems they kind of deviate a little bit from what I feel is their strong suit, and they run, and they can run. And it opens up the passing lanes, obviously, and so it's pretty balanced in that respect. Again, I mean, one game it could be it could be 50-50, 60-40, but the primarily what I've noticed, it's been a lot of run.
I know that Terry's going to ask you a question based on Xavier, but uh, Evan, Jordan, you didn't say what position he played.
So Jordan, same as his brothers. He plays corner and receiver.
Thank you for mentioning defense first. I appreciate
Corner
that.
and receiver. Corner and
Hey
receiver.
man, listen. Hey, okay. So here, the old adage: defense win games.
Defense wins games.
All we need offensively is one score. If y'all stop them, we good.
Right.
We good.
Right.
Yeah, we good. And y'all get a bone every you all get the score. Hey, that's a double, my guy.
Double. Yes.
Well, Coach, I want to back up because what we didn't do is we didn't give you a proper introduction, and we didn't give you just give you your props on actually who you are, because you're actually a coach. You actually played college ball. Can you just give us some of those accolades so that the audience can lead up to the fact that probably and I'm going somewhere with this because what I've noticed is a lot of the players that have dads that played on the next level are more privy to the blueprint than the ones that don't. And I think I'm not saying have an easier path, but I think has
it's more of a knowledge path.
Yes, a knowledge path. And then we'll go to Mr. Brown's question. But hey, Stacy.
And then we'll speak on the tape.
Hey, your mic. Something happened to your mic.
Oh, can you hear me now?
It's very low. Okay, now I can't hear it all.
Testing.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Okay. Yeah, our volume's up. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know why. 1 minute we can hear, and 1 minute, Mr. Brown and Stacy, can y'all hear? Well, you go ahead and we can hear you good. So you go ahead. Yeah, he said he can hear now. We can hear you good. So you go ahead and tell what you got to say, and we don't have to talk.
Yeah. No, Mr. Brown said he can hear it.
Yeah.
They're saying
they can hear us now.
They can hear us well.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and what we do is we'll speak a little bit louder.
Oh, did you get our question?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so can you give us more of your bio on your background as a coach, as a former player, that type of stuff?
Okay, so played high school ball at Scott County High School, Georgetown.
I did not know that.
You didn't?
No.
Oh yeah, old school.
I did not know that.
Old wishbone. And so, but I was a tailback. I was tailback there in the corner. So back then they called them tailbacks. And I played cornerback. And then I went to Kentucky State University, and I played running back down there for a year.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Then I went to the Navy after that, and spent a very long time, upwards of 18 plus years in the Navy. So did a couple tours in Iraq, did drug ops, Central America, did a whole lot of the military stuff, and so very proud. And I made it home, and so
thank you for your service.
Hey, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. So, the football piece, right? So I did that, and when I was done with the military, actually not even so much done with the military, because I did the reserves for a very long time, and during that time, I started coaching youth football. I actually started at the Y, coaching flag football, and then it went from that to tackle football in one of the youth leagues, and then middle school, Um, I started coaching track middle school as well, and uh, high school, and I coached high school up until this year with both the boys in college and Jordan here. It was just impossible to be devoted to you. I mean, you guys understand it. It's
Oh yeah, it's a commitment.
our craft and what we do. It's more than X's and O's,
It
and
is.
it couldn't be fully committed to it, and it just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to them, and of course, it wasn't fair to myself. Not to be able to give my all, nor get my all from them, and so and being in this position, and I mean, you know it, you guys are doing it, and it's like, what do you do, right? And you don't want to miss your boy doing this
You don't
thing,
want to miss nothing.
nothing at all. And now it's like, you just, I mean, there's a point in time, because I did it, I tried it, and it absolutely, it was hard. It was very hard. And so as hard as it was to give it up, and I mean the staff is great. They still keep me. I mean, they still have me listed as a coach, and I'm dialed in, and everything that's going on out there, and open door to come back when. I mean, they know what it is. They're putting these kids in college and playing ball, and in college, and so. But it's that's pretty much me in a nutshell. So I've coached. I mean, I've just been coaching for a very, very long time, and on I say every level, with the exception of college, but getting the kids up to where they go to college, and it's been amazing. It's been an absolute phenomenal blessing to just be able to be a part of not just my boys, but other kids as well.
Well, when you say they, you're talking about Lex Christian.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
coached. I used to coach middle school
And
at
Crawford.
the amazing Crawford Middle School, who had some phenomenal coaches who I hold near and dear to my heart. and
Thank
so,
you, bud. Bud.
and so I coached there for a season, and of course, prior to that, I was coaching with CKYFL, the Youth Football League, and I coached track at Crawford for 2 seasons, and then we made the transition to Lexington Christian Academy in middle school, Xavier's 8th grade year, and Evan's 7th grade year, and did the same. I coached middle school football and middle school and high school track the whole time I was there. And then so the middle school head coach uh, took the high school, Coach Doug Charles took the high school job, and he brought the staff up with him. And I mean, the rest is history.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So Mr. Brown asked, he said, are your sons invested in watching game films? And he said, where did they get their football knowledge and growth? Obviously from you,
Mom.
or from the mama.
Well, I probably had to give her just some of the track piece, because I don't think she's ever put a football helmet on. So I'm gonna stick with the football pieces myself, right?
Okay.
Okay. All
And
right.
so she was a very supportive mother in whatever they wanted to do, and and at the time, dial me back, uh, as far as, like, I never pushed them to do anything they didn't want to do, but I pushed them to do whatever it is they got themselves into,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to finish it. And if excuse my language, if it sucked, then embrace the suck and let's get through it. And when it's over, guess what? The suck is over, and then you move on to the next. And so, but for the football piece, surprisingly, I never pounded it. I never pounded it. And this is probably going to sound so crazy. I would have been fine if they wouldn't have played football. I would have been fine if they didn't play basketball, as long as they did what they wanted to do. And whatever it is they did, if they put every ounce of everything they had in it, I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Well,
Now,
I
go
can
ahead.
relate. No, really, I can relate to that, but I have to admit differently, and honestly, I did push baseball, football, basketball, soccer. I pushed it.
Swimming.
Swimming. We put him in a lot of different things and let him make his choice. And in my mind, it always felt like, how does he know what he is actually blessed in unless
Right.
he tries different stuff? Because Ken Norton was a great fighter. Ken Norton Jr. was a heck of a linebacker.
Right.
And I remember growing up and what's the Abner, the basketball player, David Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
His son was a tight end. Totally different sport.
So was Ken Griffey Jr.'s son was a football player too.
Yeah, totally. And I guess in both ways, it is a judgment of the parent. But so tell me the difference when you left high school with X, Xavier Brown, as I lead into him at Virginia. And it is different. High school and college is different. Is that the word I can use without getting in trouble by the network here?
Oh, it's night and day. I mean, it's night and day.
People have no idea how to prepare for college ball
because it's different.
It's night and day, and I tell you the fortunate piece. One of Xavier's strong suits was that he could understand the playbook, and he could understand film. He could break down film, and we were very adamant about that in high school. Yeah. And so, on Huddle, you can monitor and see who's spending time. And
one of the things you did, you actually taught him how to watch film.
Right.
You could look at film, because that was the one big thing you and I talked about.
Yep.
They were growing up, because like Ty showed him, this is how you watch film, not look at film.
Break it down.
I know that for a fact, because I was sitting with your son and he was doing it, and I looked at him. I was like, look at you, So you did a great job of both your boys of teaching them how to watch film, not just look.
Again, I think that's the blueprint of having dads as coaches. Like, I know that sometimes we have a lot of dads that are, the whole daddy ball thing. A lot of people don't like the whole daddy ball thing, right? But I think that there's some daddy ball is they only coaching because their child won't have no other opportunity if they weren't coaching. Right. But in y'all's case, y'all sons had the talent to back up the fact that if y'all wanted to be on the staff, that it wasn't a daddy ball situation. And I love the fact that we can part of the blueprint for some kids. And I think this should be a recruiting point even for college coaches, is whether or not the dad coached, because I think those kids are on a different level than coaches or than players that don't have that, because of what you just talked about, the small little detail stuff of being able to know how to break down and watch film. And you guys have been through it, so you're able to kind of tell them what to expect, even though what happened 20 years ago was 40 years ago was totally different than how it is now. But you still can give them, a little bit of experience as far as, what to expect. And I think that those kids have an advantage over kids that don't have dads in their lives that are coaches and that played on the next level.
And I would agree with that to a large degree. And here's another piece about that. So the beauty about, and Cisco and I've talked about this time and time again, the beauty about even us as coaches and understanding and knowing, we made sure that we put them in the best situation possible around the best coaches.
Yes.
To coach them. And speaking on the daddy ball, Cisco will tell you, and he'll tell you offline, the daddy ball, that was not an option, because I coached and they sat.
If they didn't,
when I say they sat, I mean they played, they did their thing. But if they wasn't doing what they like, yo, you come over and hang out with me until you figure it
Until you
out.
figure this out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't, and the great thing about them, like Daddy Ball never became an issue because they're just talented kids, and on
Talented
top of them
kids.
being talented kids, they're great young men. They're
Great
like
kids.
great
Oh,
young men.
yes. Great kids. Great
And
kids.
so
we're speaking of Xavier Brown, who actually plays for Virginia, and he had a unfortunate season injury. And so, how's that going with his ACL?
we go in for surgery next week, and here's the thing, right? So the physical, we know what it is. Whatever the injury is, they're gonna fix it. They're gonna rehab. They're gonna do that. You're bigger, better, stronger. You're gonna come back ready to handle it. And my concern with anybody has always, especially, and he's an elite athlete, just like your son,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
so, what do they like to do? They like to play. They like to contribute. They want to be out there with their brothers. They want to go to war. That's what they want to do. And when they can't do that, it affects their psyche so much. And so that is and I say my concern. He's doing great,
Right.
but I'm more dialed into, hey, where's your head? How you feeling today? Like we know what's coming up. We know we're gonna go here and see you got one of the best teams in the world that's about to do your thing, and he's come back and he's had it with great success. And so that's the constant is checking, because come on, man, it's, hey, I'm all right, I'm good, but nah, maybe not. And so, but I'm very blessed, very fortunate. He's just he's a solid level young man, and he's dealing with it well. Or at least he's got a good
Make you
picture.
look like it.
He makes it look like it, but honestly, like I know my dude. And some days are hard. So, and as it would be, it's hard for me. It's hard for his brothers.
I've tore both my ACL, so I understand. I know what that's like, and it is tough. And I know the first time I was playing ball, and I think I jumped. I came back like in 7 months because I was just missing it so bad. So my only thing is to make sure you do the rehab and don't feel like you have to rush back.
Well, and I was about to chime in on that, and that's a great point, Terry. Is he will start feeling it and getting that competitive mental part back when he starts his rehab. Because right now he's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it frustrating, what I've been told many times. Because I've had a total knee replacement. And just sitting there, even though I'm not jumping and running and that athlete anymore for real. But with that said, I got very irritated.
Yeah.
Because, what do you
it
mean
wasn't it wasn't going fast enough for
me. And that's the hardest part that I had. And people don't understand, at my age, I was frustrated because I was like, okay, this is what I do every day. Like what you do for a living, you do a lot. Mm-hmm. So if something puts you down, you be like, hold up, man, I got to get this done, and it becomes a mental. So with that said, is I wish him well. I sent him a text early, and I'm gonna communicate with him prior to his surgery because I didn't know exactly when his surgery was, and I'm glad to know that, and I wish him well. I really, that's my boy. That's my baby.
On, man.
Guys, that's one of our nephews.
Yeah,
come on, y'all know what it is. Come on, now.
Hey, if we could take the camera downstairs, there's a lot of pictures right down there.
Listen, I already know what it is, family. Come on now.
And but real quickly,
a quick question from Mr. Brown. Did you know the talented and troubled basketball Scott County great Bud Mackey?
Yeah, huh?
Okay, I don't know who he is.
Oh yeah, I know most of them to come through there. Young and old, before me, during my time, after me. I try to keep up a little bit.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Go ahead with your question. I'm sorry,
No,
Coach
no,
Bryant.
no. You good. You good, Coach. Hey, the main objective. What's up, Mo? The main objective is right now. Just real quickly at the end, tell parents in detail what the hardest moment is when your son is playing in college, and how tough that is, and it's 3rd and 3, and this back gets the ball, and your son's sitting there, he wants that ball, and because he's used to being that man. And I've had that talk with Ty, and you know exactly what I'm saying.
Oh
So,
yeah.
you know, uh, what is the mental part that you talked to Xavier at that time, before his injury, and then last year as well?
So I always told him, remember who he is. Remember who he is, right? And he's not there by chance. He's not. It's not random. It's not a fluke. All right. There was a lot of value that was put into you. They thought very highly of you. Everybody out here is competitive. Everybody out here is competitive, and so you, whether you out there playing, whether you get the 3rd and 1 and they need it and it's not you, whoever it is, man, you jump up and down, you cheer, you support, you do everything to push them to get that first down, because they get that first down, you get to go in there and do your thing, and vice versa. And the joy, the beauty of his running back group is all of them support. Like there's no ill towards anybody. They genuinely want everybody to be successful. So that within itself helps out a lot. And uh, he he trusts the process. He trusts the process, and he knows that, hey, when you let me eat, I'm gonna eat.
Me. All right.
Well,
I'm gonna eat.
I just have to say that I know that Virginia has gone through some adversity over the last couple of seasons, and I just love how
Major.
the coach has, rallied the troops and bounced back. I love that now they've cracked the top 25, and I just love the
15,
fact that, huh? Are they 15?
15,
Yeah, oh,
15,
my bad, top 15,
15.
and that's outstanding, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think that and I think what I love, because they're in that position, I I do not remember Virginia being on TV until I was looking to watch Xavier.
Hmm.
They might have been on there before, but because I know I wanted to watch Zay, now it's I'm so glad that we're able to catch them on TV, to be able, because we obviously we can't make a game, but because we're at ties, but to be able to sit and watch a game and record it, to be able to see our nephew on TV is absolutely phenomenal.
Well,
Same. Love it. Oh, and I was there, and I didn't even get to talk to y'all, but Jordan and we were at the game Saturday night, and I meant to send you a picture in the stands.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for coming on.
Hey man, I appreciate the invite, man. It really means a lot.
Great. And keep doing the influence you have here in Lexington and the surrounding areas on these young males, because uh, the one thing is, I say all the time, is young people, when they get 18 up, they're of age. They're not
Right.
grown. And the wisdom of someone of our age, and I'm much older than you because you're still a young pup. You know,
What we're doing. He did that out loud. Hmm.
yeah, I did. All right. So again, thank you for coming on.
Hey, Lamont, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. Again, thank you for enlightening our.
Yes.
One of the big things we love doing on our show is, because our son is playing, is helping families to navigate this whole process, because it is not easy, and most of them have no idea. And I just love that y'all are friends and have the
Right.
insight and the experience to be able to help these families out. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks again for coming on.
Well, we've been doing this a long time, right? And so anybody that if I can help anybody any kind of way, pass my information along to them, I'll be glad to. It's the village, man, and
It's the village,
it's the village, and we did it.
and we did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Coach
No.
Lamont Brown.
No. This is Jordan, Evan, and Xavier's
Dad.
Dad. I no longer have a name. I am their dad.
Love you, man.
Hey, love you guys, man. Y'all have a good night.
You
All right,
too.
Coach.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Now,
Outstanding.
I gotta say something first.
I know you got to say something because your boy's coming on.
Oh my gosh. How happy I was.
You were happy when you told me that he said
he
yes.
was coming on. I'm sweating. My boy got me sweating. And Lamont, again, thanks for coming on. And I've got that I can honestly say is one of my dearest friends. We don't have to talk.
Of course.
And
those are the best friends.
He is an amazing person, and we hung out a lot in college, and then we communicated over the phone and off and on, and he's just an amazing person. That's former University of Kentucky, Chicago Bears, and the New York Giants, Maurice Mo Douglas.
What's up, Coach? Welcome to Hits and Heels.
The Bryant family. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having us on. It's me and my
Oh,
boy.
there he is.
What's up, guys?
My boy Django. My boy Django.
Okay, Django.
Django Unchained. That's Django Unchained. He's a 3-year-old Doberman Pinscher, and he's my next best friend.
Hey, I got caught the Spaniard. I'm good.
You good then? We good. We can work.
So, Coach, thank you for coming on the show. First of all, go ahead and give us. Coach Bryant gave a small little snippet, but you was the man. Kentucky, the NFL. Go ahead and give us just a quick rundown so people can understand why it's important to listen to whatever you got to say when we ask you these questions.
Well, I was probably the kid in the classroom that was not listening to the teacher very much during high school, and that teacher, I needed that teacher when it was time to graduate, and so I had to go the hard route. I had to go to junior college, so I went to Coffeyville Junior College my first 2 years.
In Kansas?
In Kansas. I'm from Trotwood, Ohio, just outside of Dayton. Graduated back in '82. Don't tell my age, but I'm an '82 guy. But I went out there for 2 years, played there for 2 years, won a national championship my sophomore year. Started as a freshman, only defensive player we had that started as a freshman, and that team was #1 in the nation till our last game when we lost. Then the next year we come back and we win a national championship. I make first team All-American. End up going to University of Kentucky, where I met this fine young man named Cisco Bryant, who thought he was a DB out there trying to play wide receiver. He always wanted to be DB, but he was a wide receiver.
Oh, he still talks about that. My baby is haunted by that.
How much did I complain?
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Haunted by that. 40 years later.
And we still that what made us we jailed from that, because I'm a defensive back. My mom at the time was living in Cincinnati, so it was semi close to home, and got a chance to come down to UK and play for 2 years. My mom got a chance to see me play all my games then, and built a great relationship with Cisco there. Then I was blessed enough to be able to get drafted by the Bears in the 8th round. Played there with them for 9 years. And then my last 3 years, I went to the Giants and played with them. Retired in '97 or something like that. And met this lady at the airport on my way back to camp one year. Married her. And then we stayed married for a while. Now we have 2 great, beautiful children. My son Moses, who played at UK for a while. And then my daughter Shiloh, who goes to UK, will be graduating in December.
Yes.
And she works with the football recruiting department. And now I'm the head football coach at Springfield High School. I started coaching the first year I got out. I was doing a class at Springfield, and one of the kids asked me if I would do some DB work with him. I went outside, did some work with him. The next day I had 9 kids. The next day after that I had 18. And then the head coach said, "Hey, I normally coach DBs, but you got a little more experience than me. Would you like to coach our secondary? And I took the job with him in '01. And that following January, a guy from my high school named, he's actually from Springfield South High School where I was coaching at the time. His name was Mike Carter. Mike was working as one of the principals at Trotwood and came out and asked me if I would be interested in interviewing for the job. I went and interviewed in February and got the job, got hired in like July. Lord knows that was terrible timing, but I got that job, stayed there for 14 years.
But Mo, ain't that your high school?
Mm-hmm. That's the high school I graduated from.
Yes.
Graduated from there and was blessed enough to have some really good kids. And I had my last 4 years there. We went to the state championship 4 years in a row. One year we were 15-0. Next year, one year we was 12-3, lost. And the last 3 times, we lost 3 state championship games. And those teams were all teams that were private schools. Let's say that all private schools we lost to, and we only lost by less than a touchdown with all of them. But the following year, my last year there, one of my kids that I coached at Springfield, my first year there, he asked me, he said, Coach, I had him on my staff, and Coach Smoot had been, he was my defensive line coach at the time and strength and conditioning guy. And he said, Coach, that job is open. He's like, man, you need to come back and do X, Y, and Z. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pray about it. I came out here with my kids. At the time, their mother and I had divorced, and she was living in Columbus. And Springfield was like about a halfway point for us between Dayton and Columbus. So I went out there, like what I saw. I told my daughter and son when I left, I said, I think this is where we're supposed to be. And ended up taking the job. And 12 years later, we are getting ready for another playoff run.
That's good.
God has been faithful to me. I don't deserve his grace and mercy that he
Yes,
showered
you
down
do.
upon me. But I'm so thankful that he selected me and chose me to be in this position to be able to help kids. And I love the field. I love the field. And my kids graduated from here, and they as much as they want to be in Florida with their mom, they love Springfield too. Even though it's cold, they can't walk on the beach. They down they down with their dad, so it's all good.
Right, because Moses is there, right?
Moses is my secondary coach, and
Okay.
he does defensive backs on varsity, and then he's the JV defensive coordinator. And his JV team went 7-2-1 and won the JV league, and then the varsity we won the outright conference league this year as well. And then one of his DBs made first team all conference today. One of the kids that everybody kind of they didn't really see. He was a good player, but he wouldn't listen. And for whatever reason, him and Moses struck a bond, and that kid went out and had a phenomenal year this year. And I'm so happy for that kid and to see the things that he did, and just for him listening. You know what I mean? Because it didn't start out well for him. He was a senior. He started the first scrimmage, and he had a bad scrimmage, gave up 2 touchdowns, and Moses just kept plugging with him and staying with him, and I put him on the bench for a couple games. And Moses started in the
Sometimes that
fourth.
helps.
Moses started in the fourth game. In the fourth game since then, man, that first game he went out there, he lit it up, and he ain't came off the field since, man. So
That's strong.
I love it.
That's strong.
I love
God
it.
is good, man.
So I met Shiloh.
You met my
So
girl. Yeah, that's what she said. She loves you too. She loves you. Thank you so much.
thank you, because I'm telling her there's a whole lot of girls flag football jobs coming up as far as college. And I told her, I said, you need to be applying for every last one of them because of your experience with dealing with your dad. So you need to make sure you teach her how to be a head coach.
Well, you know what?
Because she's gonna be a head coach because these girls need female flag football coaches.
Well, let me tell you my story. We're standing on the sideline, and I'm staring, and I keep looking at her, like I know that face. And she comes up and she says, are you Cisco? I said, yeah. She said, my dad is Mo Douglas and Maurice, and I was like, that's why I was staring at you. I didn't want you to think I was being aggressive. I just kept staring at her, and oh my gosh, she's got a lot of positive stuff going on, and And you said she graduates this year, correct?
She graduates in December, and in about a month and a half now. And
Yeah, I was trying to recruit her for my women's tackle football team.
man,
But she had her internship in London, so it didn't work.
yeah,
It didn't work out that well.
yeah, she had.
I'm still trying to recruit her though.
I tell you what, she a good football player now. If they would have had a girls team back, I'll tell you what, she can play now. She can throw that rock.
Well, she's welcome to come out again. We got tryouts coming up next Saturday.
But my positive thing to you, if I'm correct, if I remember this last year, you and I talked briefly. Tough season last year, 2024. So what was your motivation to your kids that return? Okay, this is not what we do. Because see, let me say this by saying this. We went through this year. We've always been in the Final Four or the championship game in our 6 years. We ain't won a championship. Coming into the season, we were 59-11.
Well, that's a good record.
Yeah, and this year, my defense gave up 31 more points than I've given up in 6 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah. And we just couldn't get them to jail, follow suit. A lot of them really wasn't football players. They just came out because they wanted me to coach them.
They just wanted to wear the uniform.
Yes. And we have nice uniforms.
Yeah.
We were, yeah. So what was your motivation to come back this year and how well you did? Did you have a lot of players returning from last year?
No, we didn't have a lot. The first game we started 6 sophomores and a freshman.
That's a lot.
And a bunch of kids that had played on Saturdays at 10 o'clock with the JV. And what we did is God was good to me. I had the last 2 years, I had my offensive coordinator. He had been working on his master's. And so his son is our starting point guard the last 2 years as a freshman and sophomore. And this year, his cousin was one of my wide receivers that played at Wisconsin, kid named Danny Davis, really, really good wide receiver. And Danny's came on my staff this past year. And he said, man, CJ, man, you don't know what door God gonna use to open for you to go to school. You trying to don't put all your eggs in this one basket, because Danny was the leading scorer in our county and had one basketball offer, but had 33 football offers as a wide receiver.
Wow.
And he said the one basketball one, that was from the basketball coach's old school, because that guy recruited the basketball coach.
Right.
But he's like, I'm all right in basketball, but he told CJ, man, you got to think about it for real. And so CJ started working out with us. And then as he was working out with us, he said, I'm going to try it. And then his dad said, you know what? His dad graduated in May. And he said, you know what? My boy going to be out there, coach, I'm always game. I'm like, I need you back. Because my offensive coordinator, who we had the prior year, and that staff, it was so much division in our coaching staff, that when that season was over last year, I was the happiest person in the world. You would have thought I just won the Super Bowl.
Okay, can't say it. Go ahead.
So when you get rid of that, that's what we always talk about. If the head is messed up, what the body supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm the head coach, but all my pieces with me, my assistants, they're going back and forth. I never in my life, Cisco, I've been coaching 24 years. Never in my life have I ever had a staff where we had the defensive meeting at one end of the building and the defensive meeting at the other end of the building on Sunday when we all meet together as one group. And so when that season was over, I sent them all a letter. I emailed them all, tell me, what is it that you think you can bring to this program? And I gave them a long list, a bunch of stuff, man. I ate up in them a little bit now. It was real talk. It was real talk. And I had coached the 2 guys that were the offensive guys. They were my kids that I had a trot with, but they weren't from Springfield. And all my guys on my staff now are Springfield guys that have born and bred here, been here their whole lives. And not that my trotwood guys are wrong. It's just that their season, they needed seasoning. They needed some laurels on them. They were young. My offensive coordinator last year was his first year being an offensive coordinator. The offensive line coach had been offensive line coach, but he had a guy working with him along the side. And so I got rid of those guys. Got rid of a bunch of the headaches. And the next thing you know, got the gang back together, and that cohesiveness is now here. And so
Thanks.
now the kids are able to flourish because the heads are on right. You know what I mean? So the body ain't got no choice but to line up. And
Right.
we went back to work. And so they worked really hard in the weight room in the off season, paying attention to detail, doing everything we told them to do. We had our best grade point average since I've been here in 12 years this past quarter, I mean. We had a 3.8 or 3.7 as a
That's
team.
real good. That's real
And
good.
I mean, we got kids that, I mean, when I had one of our best athletes, he's probably the most competitive dude on our team. This kid, I just told him, just buy in, man. Just do all the stuff that I tell you to do. This kid went out, he was on honor roll for the first time in his life.
Mm.
He is the guy who leads our prayer before and after practice.
Mm-hmm.
He is now the guy that he's one of the most selfish individuals in the world. But for this year, he put the team first on everything. And now he made first team all conference today. And I got to tell him that he made it. You know what I mean? And he gonna have to go to JUCO. He knows he's gonna have to go to JUCO.
Right.
Okay.
He,
That's okay though.
But
he,
based on the new rule, I mean,
I
you
think
had.
I
Here's the
any
thing: is you
any a
wouldn't have got
dog,
drafted by Chicago.
any a
Uh,
dog, any
yeah,
a dog. He can
but
make it.
based on the new JUCO rule, you would have had 4 years at UK.
Yeah, I would have had 4 at UK.
did they change the rule
Yeah,
officially?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
They
well,
did not count JUCO
they,
years.
yeah, they're not counting them, but it hasn't been finalized yet. But they're not
Oh, I
counting
Okay.
thought
them.
they
So
approved it. I'm sorry, I stand corrected.
if they gave my man, they gave him his pass, Mr. Vanderbilt. That he got his pass, but everybody else won't want their pass too.
Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Well, that's my point. I thought they approved it because they gave him his pass, and you can't
Yeah,
because I'm gonna
yeah,
come at you on that one.
yeah. They
So,
ain't had they ain't had the final vote, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna agree with everybody else being to have it too. You know what I mean? But
and he won it for another one too.
mm-hmm.
He
And they
won.
gonna get a lot of. He got a lot of money too. Now he got the boys in the top 10.
Hey,
Yeah.
they got him up there.
They doing they doing the daggone
For
thing.
people that's just coming on, we got Maurice Mo Douglas, former University of Kentucky football player that played for Chicago Bears for 9 years and went to the Big Apple and the Giants for 2. One of my dearest best friends. He's amazing disciple of our God. The motivation of his speeches to his young people are amazing. I was very fortunate to meet his son, who when he played at the University of Kentucky, and when he left UK, I'm correct. Didn't he go into Grambling?
He went to Alabama
Alabama
A&M.
A&M.
Alabama
Yeah,
A&M. Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Huntsville.
Sorry,
It's all
Alabama
good.
A&M.
It's all
When somebody
good.
sees
It's
me, go
all
say
good.
something.
Hey, that was an experience too. But I'm gonna let him tell that story. But
Oh,
from his dad perspective, that was an experience. I love us.
okay.
I love us.
Right.
But,
But
everything ain't
yeah,
always great with us. You know what I'm saying? So
gotcha.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And he's now the head coach at Springfield Wildcats in
yes,
Ohio.
sir.
He's been there for 12 years now, right?
12 years now.
It'll
Yeah.
be 12 years this year. Yes, been there for 12 years. So y'all won y'all's district, correct?
Yeah. We won the conference, and now we start playoffs this weekend.
And start playoffs this weekend. Are you looking to now have? I know at Springfield when you first started there coaching as a DB, didn't y'all win the state?
No, we made it to the playoffs the first year I was there, and that was
Okay.
the first time they had made it to the state ever.
Oh, that's what it is. You made it to the
So,
state, making the playoffs.
oh, but not
Yes.
excuse me, not to the state, but they made it to the playoffs for the first time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, sir. Yep, we were. We had some good kids, man, and they had a couple guys that should have been playing on Sundays now, but things happen for a reason, man, and that's probably why a part of me wanted to be back here now is because the kid who wanted me to come out and work with him, that kid didn't end up going to school for football. He ended up going to the service. But when I left, he had this grade point average that was enough for him at least go to a junior college. I mean, not to a Division II school.
Right.
And he didn't end up going anywhere. And later on down on the road, I ended up finding out, like a couple years before I got to Springfield, he ended up passing away in a car accident, drunk
Mm,
because he was in the service, and just that trauma, man.
yeah.
Trying to fill that void, that only God can fill. But He was trying to fill it with alcohol, unfortunately. And then I got a chance, but I did get a chance to meet his son once I did come back to take the job here. And man, God is faithful, man. Even when it looks totally opposite of what you think it should be, God has a ram in the bush somewhere. And
Always, every time. So we have two-time Hall of Famer Tyrone Dunn has joined us. We had him featured on our
Mr.
podcast
Dunn.
last week, and
I'm going to call you. I'm supposed to call you. She told me that last night, Mr. Dunn.
And he said he remembers watching you, and because he's a Bears fan. Okay, so Coach,
yes, ma'am.
all the years, all your experience, all the levels that you played, what do you think about the state of college sports today? I mean, because the let me go this route.
Uh-oh.
I wish I can get a job where I can get fired and get paid $54 million to go away.
I'll take that job. I'll take that 54. I'll take the
all should
buyout.
fly job.
Getting rid of me too. I'm good. I'm gonna be straight for the rest. It's crazy out here right now. It's crazy.
Here's what everybody said now. I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a former D1 coach.
A former one. Yeah, I'll take a former job real quickly if you would. If you'd like to give me this, I'll definitely go in here and anytime Stoops want to be gone, I'm ready to take his spot if he needs a little help.
Man.
Because that need to be happening. I'm gonna leave that alone too. I'm gonna leave that alone right now. But yeah, it's the game is so crazy. I'm happy for the kids that they're able to get what they deserve. The game has been they've been robbing them forever. You know what I mean? And they need to go all the way back to me and Cisco when we was playing.
Absolutely.
We'll take a little bit of that too. Because those stands has always been filled up at Commonwealth and every other place out here.
They've always been full.
Yeah,
always.
Well, the one thing that always got me with God rest his soul, with I say it all the time. I love Jerry Claiborne. Didn't really appreciate him until I got older.
Yes,
as he was coming at you, you like stop, But when he had 3 secretaries, I was like, how much money is this school making?
Man, 3. And now he got 3. He had 3 back then.
Yes,
you know
right. What did he need 3 secretaries for back then?
Yeah, 3 secretaries.
I mean, I know you're busy, but come on, dog.
Right.
Come on now. It wasn't nothing like you got now. It's crazy now. It's crazy. That's the one thing.
You go through one, and then his main one, you had to get through her.
Yeah.
Be like, he wants to talk to me. I don't want to come up here.
Right.
So,
believe me, I definitely wouldn't have been coming up unless he was calling me to that office.
Thank you very much.
I didn't want nothing to do with Mr. Coach Claiborne. He was trying to follow Jesus, and that was the last thing I was trying to follow. At that time.
Hey, you fix your beard?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But the game is but Terry, the game is crazy right now. It's great for the kids as far as being able to get what they deserve financially. But it's also crazy from a standpoint of the money that shows you how much money the industry is making,
Yes.
all for the kids, but yet still, still people still finding ways not to get the kids what they really deserve. You know what I mean? Like good quality coaches. They're paying them dudes some awful nice money. You know what I mean? Them buyouts is crazy. And for us, unfortunately, for the black coach, bro, your days is gonna be tight. You're gonna be it's a lot slimmer road.
And I'm only gonna say it because I always keep my show positive and free of controversy.
No, man. You
but this is what I am gonna say.
You do those
is you had a coach that was there for 42 years and only got 2 championships.
Come on. 42.
And this man, 42 years. You gave him 42 years to get a championship, and he only won 2.
And he only won 2.
But now you expect the black coach to come in.
Yeah. And he
win one every year.
And win one every year. Regardless of what you got. Now, we ain't making, the last time I checked, he wasn't making no tackles. He wasn't throwing no passes. He wasn't blocking nobody on that line. He wasn't running the rock. But yet still, he going to be the one. I mean, I
But that's what's
understand.
going on with all the coaches. You're
It is.
dealing. We got our corners got torched this past weekend, and it's the defensive coordinator's fault. He didn't do it. It's the corners
No,
coach's fault. They didn't do it. They wasn't out there.
they wasn't out there. Now they can coach them up all they want to. They can.
They can
They
coach
don't
them
want
all they want to, but they're not the ones out there.
when they leave that facility. It is between that kid and that film for him to watch even more film. So he knows what type of route combinations he's gonna get. So he knows those things, and I don't think that's the part of the game that the
I
kids
think
take home with them.
I
You know
agree.
what I
I
mean?
agree. I don't.
They
I
will.
don't think that there's enough studying done.
Yeah, no,
Being
it
done.
and I understand you want to have fun, but there's a
And you're
time and place
busy.
for everything. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Because they keep that clock working on you. You don't have a lot
Yes.
of time, but when you do get the downtime, you owe it to yourself to about 30 minutes. And this is what I tell our kids: give me 30 minutes every day.
Yes.
And see how much greater you're going to be, how much more relaxed when you see that guy line up. Okay, the number two receiver, he's inside the hash here. I'm gonna see how many times he lines up on inside the hash. What kind of route
Right.
combinations does he run out of this formation where he's locked in here? And I
Hmm.
guarantee you, if you go through those things by the end of that game, by the time the game comes, you're going to recognize these formations. And when you see this formation, you're going to be able to lock in on
You,
these.
you
It's
know
only
you
like
know how to lock in
it's only like 4 or 5 plays that can run out of that formation.
that part.
Well, the funniest one, Coach, is this: is I even when I dropped down from high school, and I've been doing this for 38 years, and did high school and forever, and then the 7 years at middle school. When basically how I got to middle school, because I was a assistant head, defensive coordinator and DB coach at one
Mm-hmm.
high school, but Ty was going to another high school. And
They
I was
got
going to
smart.
stay. Yeah, I was going to stay one more year, but he started as a freshman.
Yeah.
Actually, I quit a day before our first game, and the only person that at that time had a problem with was the head coach. But all
Mm-hmm.
my players understand that that's my job. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
watch. So we go to middle school, and I said all the time to coaches and players, it don't matter if I know it. I don't
Right.
play. I mean, and coaches, people crack me up. Coach, you've been watching film? Why do I got to watch so much film? I mean, the whole objective is that player's got to know when he gets out there in the fire, and he's got
Yes.
to know if they're close together, they're in twin. Because I can scream it, and if
Yes.
you turn and look at me, the ball's now snapped.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually a little bit too late by that time. So at the end of the week, with today's, with this huddle that you can get on now, you can see how much time they got on there. So
Yes.
when I go in there on Monday, I know who's been watching film
You know who's
already,
been watching film, who's not.
and I
Yeah,
know exactly how
that's a
many
great
minutes.
accountability piece.
Oh yeah, and I make it where I'll show the whole me and my defensive coordinator. We'll show the whole team or the defensive guys or with the Mike linebacker. He got 2.5 hours. Where the Buck linebacker, he ain't got but 15 seconds.
What?
So who you think gonna make the most plays?
Right.
That
But
Mike
but
linebacker
then
gonna have a bunch.
but then he's hurting the concept of Springfield Inc., the
Oh yeah.
company. He's
Oh yeah.
hurting the company
By not watching the film.
because and that's what people don't understand. When you don't come to practice or you don't watch film, you don't put the work in, and you sitting there at a practice and you're talking, and your coaches. I know you are a very detailed person. You're talking, and that person is looking at the birds.
Man, you said it. You took one of my offensive coach. He's talking to the offense on the other side of the gym today, and one of the dudes that is he's like the sixth lineman, so he's like the backup center, but he's a really good snapper. But his mind is all over the place, and my offensive coordinator's like, he stands up and is like, "What the hell is on the back wall that you're looking at? You one of the main ones that need to be looking at
I
this
need to be
film.
paying attention
You
and
need
looking
to be
at
on this.
film.
It's offensive day was yesterday. It's defensive day today. But you got to be doing this stuff. And man, we lay into them, and that's so real because we are not on the field making the tackles. We're not covering. We're not
No.
blocking. We're not running the ball, catching it.
Every time you hear
And
me
if
say it.
if you don't know what you and we tell them don't we know when you're on there just making highlight tapes.
Yes.
We know you're just getting the minutes for that. So if you don't give me a good quality 20 or 30 each night, I know you fake it till you make it, I guess. But
You're
it ain't
right.
working. It ain't working. And I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, man. Come on, man.
We know you make it out.
And this one, I mean, we had one of my linemen now. He a real one now. He's smart as I don't know what. He got a 4.2 grade point average. He's extra smart. He's aggressive. He's everything. But he got a lot of this though. Every time somebody says something, he want to try to get that last word in.
Mm.
Well, he know more than the coaches know.
Oh, he
And
does.
he said, and so he says to the coach. Coach said, "What do you watch on? What you watching when you watch film?" He said, "I'm watching myself." You ain't watching your opponent. You watching yours. He said, "Yeah, I'm watching myself. I watch myself when I go back and watch film." And he said, "Okay, that explains why that nose guard is eating your butt up right now,
Right.
and why you can't see why he's sitting in this A gap to the weak side that he's about to slant in this direction. You don't understand. You ain't watched that. Oh, coach, no, I'm good, coach. I'm good." Now,
Good.
mind you, he did. Now he is a very good football player. He can overcome a lot of stuff because he's super athletic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna catch you at some point in time.
But that's gonna catch up with you.
But what happens when you
I
go?
think we see it on this level.
When you go to that third level, and they all are good.
They're all
I mean,
good.
I told
The five
Go
that
ahead.
got cut, the five that got cut at your position was good too.
He was good too.
But they got cut.
I never forget my freshman year coming out of Bowling Green High, the Purples, and coming out, and all of a sudden I got on campus the first time, and I was a freshman, and I saw this receiver make a move, and I went, dang, that's nice. I became a fan because he brought my game to another level. And what happened is what you're trying to tell that young man and your coaching staff trying to tell him, then you got to prepare for guys you don't see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because
Yes, sir.
I remember when you came on campus, and you had that chisel body and you ran that 4.3, and I'm looking at you, and then I was like, man, he think he good. So who did I want to go up against? You. Because you brought the best. That's how we actually became friends.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to go up against Mo because he came in with that mindset. I don't care who you are, I'm starting. Yeah. I didn't come to Lexington to
be on no bench.
Definitely. You know what's so crazy? As you said that, man, that is so true. Because you remember I had to do them correspondence courses that whole about the first 3 weeks. I'm doing course now. Terry, I like I said, I went to JUCO for a reason. I had to go to summer school to get in UK.
Okay.
While they was in the summer, I'm in there in the class. These dudes is out here going to camp.
Right. Yeah, because I was like, the guy, where's he at?
I legitimately, I was in camp. I was in class for like the first 2 or 3 weeks of camp.
Yes.
And we going to these meetings every night, and I'm in the camp. I mean, I'm going to meetings, but I ain't on no film or nothing. And this dude is named George Adams is talking trash so much.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Him and dang on Joker, and so I in my mind I'm like they trying to get me to sing. I'm like, nigga, I ain't singing, man. I'm a first team All American, nigga. I won a national championship. I am not him. These boys in high school can sing, so we argued, and I never did sing. And so the first day I got in practice, the first day I got the scrimmage, Lord no, they ran a toss sweep to George Adams to my side. Terry, I planted that Negro about 5 yards deep in that backfield. I tried to knock his off.
Right.
I tried, and I did. I knocked him really, really good and got his attention. And I never got a complaint out of George ever again. Never did he ask me to sing or anything or talk anymore. And he never said anything to me again that was in a negative format.
Okay.
At least not in my face now.
Right.
At least not in my face.
So you earned his respect.
But that is a factual. And I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm going, man, he is. I like it because he had that Cisco Bryant mindset. He had. I'm gonna
arrogant.
know
A little bit of that, a little of that too. That's probably why we hung out together.
Why y'all hung out together? Y'all was two
And we,
peas in a pod.
hey,
because
Terry,
I mean,
hey, Terry, and we had the Brown connection. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yes,
Black
Absolutely.
don't crack. We had the Brown
Yeah.
Brothers Association.
Especially back then, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and,
you know they had
Yeah.
the
but the
light
thing,
skinned dudes all over.
Yeah.
but the thing about it is, when you decided what made, I didn't know I was a coach because I didn't really like kids. They get on my nerves. And then all of a sudden I subbed, believe it or not, was in basketball at a Y when I came back to Lexington. And I'm subbing, and I was like, this little kid's running around, and I kind of liked it. And my main objective was baseball. I started coaching baseball. Then I went to football. What made you, because I never saw this at that age.
Yeah.
And then you went off to NFL for 11 years. So I'm pretty sure you wasn't thinking about, was you thinking about coaching while you was playing?
No,
How
to
did
be
that
honest,
Yeah.
my father-in-law, God rest his soul, he needed a teacher. They had a class called the Americans class, which is a program that Jim Brown founded. But my father-in-law, my wife's dad, he ran the program. And Warren P said, I was doing, and at the time I was working at Solid Rock Church in Monroe. I was doing, working with the youth and all that stuff, doing the nursery and all that, and doing outreach ministry. And my father-in-law said, you touch kids at that church, in that church building 3 days a week. He said, you can touch kids 7 days a week if you do this class, if you teach these classes. And I said, you're right. So I go to teach this class, and as I'm teaching the class, that kid, Johnny Glass, who asked me to come out there and work with him, that was how I got into it. Because at the time, only thing I want to do, I had gotten saved in 1995, and I'm trying to just, trying to be this man of God and trying to do whatever God want me to do. But the Lord knew. I did not want to. We did a camp one summer at Solid Rock, a football camp, and it went pretty well. But I didn't really want to be no coach. I didn't want to do that part. I just wanted to work with DBs. You know what I mean?
All
And that
right.
working with Johnny Glass, that kid, that was the thing that pushed me into it. But it was through the ministry. And that was how my dad, my pops, he got me out there. And the Lord took it and ran with it. And 26 years later, we at. We getting ready to make this run. We about to go. I tell them the run begins now. The run begins. We about to get it on and popping. We went to the state final for 3 out of the last 4 years. And our objective is to go a fifth year, a fourth time out of 5 years this year. And so we got a good team, got some really good kids that listen. I got my staff back together, and I got God's favor running on me. And that's the number one thing. Without that favor, it don't work. So I'm trying to be obedient. Thank you, Lord, because I haven't had a drink. I drink wine. Wine is my thing. I don't drink alcohol, but I drink wine. But I haven't had a drink of alcohol since February. Um, uh, I am a natural herb person, but I don't do natural herbs anymore. Other than
Okay.
this chewing tobacco, other than this dip, that's the only thing I got in my body that's bad is this dip. But I got this big old thing of Springfield water up in this piece, though. But and because of my obedience this year, I truly believe that this will be the year that the Springfield Wildcats will win the Division I state championship in Ohio.
Okay.
Because he said obedience over sacrifice. That's what he wants is obedience. So I've been obedient, and now it's my turn. It's our turn to walk in and possess the land that he's already given us. Because I'm Abraham's son. I'm one of his boys.
Yes.
And I'm gonna receive all that he got for me. Everywhere my feet land, everywhere I step, that's our land. We're gonna possess that. And so we're gonna walk in to Springfield on Friday night, on the 31st, get this dub, and move on to Springboro the following week on the 7th, and beat them again.
Okay.
And then the 14th, we're gonna beat that team, whoever they are. And then the next, we're gonna have about 3 more after that, and we're gonna come in with that ring.
Okay. We're looking
Well,
forward to it.
I remember, I got 2 things, and then normally what happens to close of the show is I usually leave because this is her show, and thank you again for always inviting me. But two things. Remember the first time when I was doing a baseball up there, and then I went and looked at your field, and babe, that facility, it's nice.
The field, the field,
Yeah.
the field ain't too bad now. Listen, man. This high school when I first got here.
Baby, it's
When I
nice.
first got here, they had grass fields, two grass fields. And that wide receiver, Danny Davis, that I talked about earlier, one day we're playing a game and he goes out and he makes a cut and he messed his leg up on that raggedy grass. And man, I pitched a fit on that field. And the next thing you know, that next following season, we had two field turfs. We had one at the
Yes.
high school and one at Evans Stadium. So,
Mhm.
God has dropped favor on me, man. I like I said, man, I don't deserve it, but I'm grateful for it. But he said, if you speak it, then it'll come to pass. If you put some work to it. So when I was 10 years old, I told my brother I was going to be in the NFL. I didn't know I was going to have to go to JUCO. I didn't know I had all these other things. I didn't know I was going to UK. I thought I'm going to Illinois. God said, nah, Illinois you're gonna be working in Illinois. Little did I know that part. But I spoke it, and that's why I always talk to my kids about watch the words that you speak, because from your mouth come life and death.
Yes.
So don't block your own blessings. Just speak the word, put some action behind it, and watch God bring it to pass if it's a part of His will for you. And I'm thankful that He made me and chose me for this time. Thank you for letting me be on your show, Miss Terri Bryant and Mr. Cisco Bryant. I appreciate y'all invite and thank you so much. Continued blessings to your boy Ty. Love him to life. I never forget him and Anthony coming into my locker room last year and coming in and blessing my boys, man. They blessed my boys.
Well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk away. Then she's got like two more questions, and you're gone. But again, Mo, I love you. You know that you're my brother. I mean that. I wish you well this weekend.
Yes, sir.
And again, please tell that my man Moses that I could still take him deep with two bad knees, but his name I can say anything because we're 5 hours away from each other.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Cisco, he said, hey man, I play wide receiver too. But no, I love you, bro. You always know that. I'm good Lord
Terri
willing,
will
I'll be
close
down
it.
in a couple weeks, man.
Okay, well, holler at us, please. And love, Terri will close it out. But Mo, you're my dog. Ladies
Yes,
and gentlemen,
sir.
Mo Douglas.
All right, brother man.
So this is a good question. I want to go back to the days. Every sport entity has a great associated with that sport franchise. Can you express what Walter Payton meant to the Bears, and do you have any sweetness stories?
Walter Payton meant he was a bear. He was everything that the Bears stood for. Tough, gritty, hard worker, gonna put his nose to the pedal, could do anything. Walter could punt the ball, he could throw the ball 70 yards, he could do anything. And probably the one thing that I love Walter. He was one of my idols when I was growing up. So getting an opportunity to play against him was one of the probably the most special things I got to do in my life. And in the first scrimmage that we had, I tackled Walter Payton in the first scrimmage
Did
by
you?
myself as a rookie. And the old head said, "You're gonna be all right, Rook. You're gonna make it. You're gonna be all right." And that was the story that I took because I'm watching Walter Payton run over all these dudes. I'm the Green Bay
Absolutely.
Packers, the Vikings, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
how am I gonna get this dude on the ground? And I hit him in his legs, and I got him down the first time. And I just said, man, I'm all right now.
You're all right. You're
I'm
all
all right.
right.
I'm all right. But that would be
What a
my
great
one favorite part.
story. Because again, that definitely had to take your confidence level just through the roof because it was because of who you did tackle on in
Yeah.
your as a rookie.
As a
Oh, what a
rookie,
great story.
first scrimmage, I'm
Yes.
like, he went down. I'm like, was he faking?
Right.
But he got him on the ground, and I always remember that, So that was a special moment.
Okay. So we remember the what did they call it, the with all the fog, and I
The
think you
fog
called
ball.
it the fog. Besides that one, I know that was probably one of them. What is your most memorable moment as a player?
Probably we played. So I'm from Dayton. Chris Carter, Hall of Fame Chris Carter, Ohio State Buckeye Carter is from Middletown, which is like that far away from Dayton. And we played the Vikings one year, my last year in Chicago in '94. And that game, I'm playing the slot corner or nickel. And I had like a crazy game. I had like about 17 tackles. I had a cause fumble, a fumble recovery. And that game right there, other than the fog bowl, because in the fog bowl, the interception I got a big interception to seal the game for us. I
Mm-hmm.
was guarding one of my best friends, Keith Byers, who played for the Philadelphia Eagles. We were playing the Eagles at that time, and I was guarding him. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think Randall was going to throw the ball, but he threw it to him, and I undercut him and picked it, ran it about 46 yards back. Those two games would probably be the two most memorable. Was that big 16, 17 tackle game against Chris and having a great game against them, and we beat them in the playoffs.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, great memories. Great memories.
Well, that's one thing
Okay.
I'm appreciative of God about, because a lot of people, they get that stuff going on with their head, but I didn't
Oh, yeah,
receive
yeah,
none of that. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
You
I
didn't
didn't
receive
receive
none of
none
that.
of.
Yeah.
Nah, my daddy's a good guy. That it said by his stripes were you healed, and everything
Mm-hmm.
come under the blood. Everything.
Oh, good stuff. I mean, again, I didn't even think about that as a question. How many of your peers do you keep in contact with are kind of dealing with that? Is the number inflated, or is it just a couple out there, and they're just not letting us know?
I think it may be more than what they're letting on about. I think
Mm-hmm.
there are lots of guys that have had different things going on. I know
Mm-hmm.
one of my dear friends from my hometown, Dave Durson from Muncie. He he killed himself because he was having stuff going on with his head. But he was smart enough. He graduated from Notre Dame. He was on the board at Notre Dame. He's a smart black man who had a business, had make millions of dollars, and he committed suicide. And then,
Mm-hmm.
but in committing suicide, he knew that something was wrong with his head, that he shot himself in the heart, so they
Mm.
could do research on his brain. And came back and he had CTE. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I would. It's probably a few more guys, and then another buddy of mine, Muddy Waters, Andre Waters. He ended up committing suicide, and It just you don't know.
Right.
We find out Junior Seau had it, but we
Mhm.
don't know exactly how many guys have it. But I'm glad that they're making the changes that they had with the game now, especially with the
Mhm.
special teams, in which that was my number one call in getting into the NFL, was being great on special
Special
teams, and
things. Mhm.
they've shortened down on the kickoffs, because those are car crashes going up
Yeah.
40-yard distance between each other. But now they're shortened down, so it's a lot more safer than it was back then when we were playing. But hopefully they'll continue to make the improvements with the helmets and things like that.
Good stuff. Well, is there anything that you would like to say that you haven't had an opportunity in a public forum?
Um, that God loves you, regardless of what it look like right now. God has a plan for you, even though it may not look like it right now. Don't give up. Trust Him. Yahweh, Yahshua, He made a way for you. Jesus paid the price. We all gonna have to stand before Him one day, and all He wants you to do is say yes to Him. His Son already paid the price. All you got to do is say yes, and don't try to be perfect. Just all you got to do is say, "Lord, I'm here. Here I am, as I am." Come to Him as you are. He knows your shortcomings. Let Him deal with that. He has the perfect time for all those things to be done away with. But just trust Him and know that He has your best interests at heart. That's about it, sis.
Hey, that's good stuff. Oh,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Brown said you played for two Hall of Fame coaches, Mike Dicker and Bill Parcells.
I didn't pay for Parcells. I paid for Dan Reeves, but I
Dan
did pay
Reeves
for
is
Mike
still the
Dicker.
man.
But he might be in the Hall of Fame. No, Dan ain't in the Hall of Fame. But
Dan's
Dan
not
was a
in the Hall of
great
Fame
coach.
yet. I think he's
No.
on the list though.
Yeah, he's on the list, but Mike is in there. But Dan was a really good coach. I didn't get to pay for both Coach Parcells. He was
Mhm.
with the Patriots at the time.
Okay.
But
Good
thank
stuff.
you for what you do for my boy. I love you to life because he love you, and you
Well,
have
did,
done
did he
great
tell you
things
that
with
he
my
made me
boy.
an offensive coordinator this year?
He didn't tell me that part, but I appreciate you. Probably called some good plays.
I caught a couple.
I bet you
I
called
felt
over
like I
more.
cost us the season, but
Nah.
but at the same, so I was like, so is this the reason why the defense isn't stopping anybody?
Hey,
So I thought it was my fault.
listen, we already talked about that part already. We ain't making no tackles and we ain't throwing
We
no
ain't looking
passes.
at
We ain't throwing no passes. We ain't blocking. We ain't running the rock. We ain't catching it. All we doing is calling the plays.
I'm trying. Well, I definitely appreciated him putting me in that position. I do have a video that went viral. I have to send it to you. But it's the comments from the men that
Oh my
really,
God.
really that are just absolutely just ridiculous.
You know us.
And,
You know, and some of them boys and some of them dudes with them comments ain't even never put on the thing on
and,
tie their
I mean,
shoes up. They
and
ain't
they're
even
the
put a
same
jock
ones
strap
that's
on.
the couch coaches that are that are dogging all the coaches
Oh yeah.
want them all fired, and I get that, because they don't know any better.
They
But
don't know no better. The
but
devil is a
Coach
lie.
Maurice Douglas, thank you so much for coming on the show. Make sure you coach my girl Shiloh up to get her prepared to be a college flag football coach,
I'm gonna
because
tell you
there are
what.
a lot of female flag coaches jobs that are coming open. I just got, I think, two text messages today about two new programs that are coming up, and if she doesn't do that, go ahead and put her on your staff.
Well, you know what? We trying to get her on, trying to get her a grad assistant job at one of these colleges.
She'll get one.
We're going to LSU next month. Then we're going to Louisville
Okay.
next month, and then maybe go down to SMU.
Okay. Well, she'll get one. I can't wait to see where she ends up at. But and hopefully she'll get someplace where she could really just hone those skills to prepare herself to be a college flag football coach.
I got you. I got you.
I'm
I'm on that now. You know, if they paying and they paying her right, she'll
Hey,
do that.
they paying, and yeah, and that could set her up again. Because I coach a women's tackle football team too, like I said. But I think the NFL is also getting ready to. The reason why I'm saying that is because the NFL is getting ready to start a women's pro flag league.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. And I know she got some plays already written up, but we're gonna wait.
And
We're gonna work on that.
I know she's already got some plays written up.
Yes, you already know. You already know. If nothing else, you know how to train them.
that part. That part. So we're gonna get her prepared, and I can't wait to see how that transpires. But Coach, thank you again for coming on. I appreciate you. I want to
Thank
make
you.
sure, Mr. Brown, thank you for coming on, Mr. Coach Dunn. Coach Brown he said he missed last week's show featuring Tyrone. Perhaps his Taste Creek team, coupled with Sam Tompkins and Terri Hawkins, was a tremendous team. Yeah, we'll have to bring that back up again. I hate you missed last week's show. It was really good with Tyrone Dunn. But Shiloh, Stacy, anybody else that's on there, I appreciate y'all all coming on. Make sure y'all go to the YouTube and subscribe, and so that you guys can see us every week. I think next week we got another Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. I think we're going back to that we should be bringing on next week. So, Coach, I'm a log off, but don't log off, because I got a question offline I gotta ask.
Got you.
All right, y'all. See y'all later.